Good evening, all of you, dear participant, and welcome in this session. I hope all of you are doing great. Today in this session, we are going to cover a very important topic which is based on control flow and operations. In this session, we will give some brief introduction about the control flow and operations, how we can use these control statements to write a program in MATLAB. MATLAB is also a programming language like other computer programming languages. It has some decision-making structures for control of command execution. These decisions making on control flow structure include for loop, while loop, and if-else and instructions. Control flow structure are often used in script, M file, and functions. By creating a file with the execution of .m, we can easily write and run program. We do not need to compile the program in since MATLAB is an interpretive, not compiled language. MATLAB has thousands of functions and you can add your own using M file. There are various type of users and we can write some mathematical functions also. To write long programs, the concept of these control statements is highly required. Along with we would like to discuss some applications and uses of a control statement, how we can use them. Okay, so once again, good evening all of you who are joining this session, and I hope some participant will with us more. Dr. Jamit R. Patel, Salaudin, good evening all of you. Okay. So what are the uses or applications of this control statement? Control statements are widely used in mathematics to solve problems that required conditional execution of operations or repetitive execution of operations based on certain conditions. Some applications of control statements in mathematics are like a control statement are used in the algorithm to find the root of functions such as bisection method, Newton-Raphson method, etc. And these can be used in the algorithm to solve a system of linear equations like we have the examples such as Gaussian elimination, LU decomposition, etc. And these statements can be used in the algorithm for the numerical integration and differentiation such as trapezoidal rule. We are familiar with the Simpson rule. Whether we are doing numerically integration and differentiation, there are various type of applications of these control statements. It can be used also in to solve various type of optimization problems such as gradient descent, conjugate gradient, etc. Monte Carlo simulations to simulate random events and perform statistical analysis on the result. We required this type of control statements. These statements can be used to generate fractal images by iterating through mathematical equations to generate patterns. So these are the a few applications in the field of mathematics, but along with these control statements are highly used to write a program in computer science or to solve different type of problems which are associated with the engineering or physical science and many more. So when we need decision, then this type of control statements are required. So here we are going to start. First, I would like to share my screen, and I hope my desktop is visible to all of you. Many participants are now with us. So I first of all, I would like to request to all the participants who are attending this session, these control statements are highly required if you are interested to work on optimization technique, image processing, machine learning, deep learning, data science, scientific computing. Okay, so without these control statements, we are not able to understand a different type of programs, because sometimes we need to understand and apply some type of decisions. So as I said, we need to, just 1 minute, you can see here, control and enter. Okay, so in the last lecture we discussed about how we can write a function. Here is also a very simple demonstration, and then after, along with, because we write some type of functions which are depends upon these control statements. Okay, so this is the main anatomy of the function as we discussed in the last lecture. So this is the function, and then after we assign a function here, and this is the simple program for the factorial. This is the name of the function, and this is the argument. This is the first statement, and this is the second part. And also along with you can see here in the table. Yeah. Okay. So the very first line is representing the function definition in the line, and define the function name and the number and order of input and output arguments. Then we have the second line. The second line returns the factorial of n. Okay, and this line is denoted by h line. One line, a summary description of the program and displayed when you request help, as I demonstrate in the last lecture. Okay, so when you will use this help function along with the this name of the function. Okay, so this will return this statement. This statement will be at the place when you will enter help with the name of factorial, like in this way. When you will enter help factorial, so this message will be displayed in the command window. And along with we have some more description about the function. These are the help text, and more details of description of the program we can provide in while writing the program. Okay, and then after, at the end, we have function body. So in the fourth and along with here, the complete function body will exist, and along with if we have some conditional statements, these are also will be available at this place, and we will try to present some interesting examples. Okay, so here is these operators are also very important for the logical operations and to use the control statements. So this sign is used for greater than, and this sign is used for less than. Sometimes we have greater than or equal to. In that case, we will use this sign, greater than and equal to. Sometimes we have less than or equal to, then we will use this notation. For equal to, we are using double equal sign. Single equal, we are using for the assignment. But if we are going to apply logical operation, in that case, we have to use double equal. This is the negation and equal, okay, which is the meaning of this statement. This operator is not equal to. And this is the AND operator, this is OR operator, and this sign is used for not operator. I would like to present some examples here. And we can directly use all these statements in the command window. C. CLC, if I have 5 is equal to 2. So here I am testing whether 5 is equal to 2 or not. So we have to apply here logical operator. So for that we have double equal sign C, and it is returning 0. The meaning of this statement is these are not equal. If we have 5 equal to 5 and we know this statement is true, so it will return 1. If we are using 5 less than 2, then it is 0. If we have 5 is greater than 2, this is 1, means it is correct. If we have 5 is greater than or equal to 2, what happened? This is also correct. Okay. If we are using 5 is less than or equal to 2, then we have 0, because one of them, no condition is justified. Neither 5 is equal to 2 nor it is less than 2. That's why this statement is incorrect and it is returning the value 0. Okay. If we are using 5, this sign is negation equal to 2. This statement is what it will return? 1. It means it is true. 5 not equal to 2. So these are some logical operators, and while writing the program in MATLAB, so these operators are required, and these will help you to write control statements. So here first we are going to discuss about if AND statement. Okay, so here if AND statement is very quite simple, and I will present here different type of examples how we can use this type of statements. Okay, and here only we have one statement. Okay, and this condition will be applied to only one, and this is the sign for the expression, and after that we can insert here statements. Okay, whether there will be one statement or two statement or more than two statements, and this part will execute according to this condition. If this condition is justified, only then this statement will act. Otherwise, there is no meaning of this statement. Okay, so this statement will execute on the basis of this expression. So here when you are going to assign any condition at the place of expression, we either use like in this way: if x is greater than 5, Then here we will assign a statement y is equal to 2x, okay, 2x plus 3. Then end. So at this place, you can insert more than one statement. Okay. So this is a very simple function, very simple control statement, if and statement. Now, see in the MATLAB, I have various type of programs which I have already prepared. I have the script file, so that in the less time I can present numerous examples, so that all these will help you. So these are, okay, I have prepared all the statements in the script file, and one by one I would like to present you. Yes. So here you can see a very simple example. We write here a function y is equal to x. Okay. This will return the absolute function. We are writing this function, this program for, just 1 minute. Where is, okay, just 1 minute please. Okay, so yes, I can use this one. If we have models of x is equal to x if x is greater than 0, okay, or minus x if x is less than 0. So we want to write a program for this function. Okay. So what do we do here? At this place you can see if x is greater than or equal to 0. When we have x is greater than or equal to 0, in that case only this statement will work. If we have the value of x is less than 0, okay, here is the condition. We apply the condition for when x is negative. So here the condition is applied. Okay, the condition is applied to the negative value only, not for the positive value. And when y is negative, then y is equal to minus y. So this statement will change the sign negative to positive. So this is the very simple function for absolute. Okay. See here. Now we will check how it will work. Okay. See. I have y is equal to abs VAL. Okay. And before that I have to choose one script file. Okay, I am taking here simple script file, and I want to save it with the name of testing. Okay, so this will help me. Yes, so what I am doing, I am choosing this function and use at this place. Okay, and first I am using CLC, then clear. Then we need to assign the value. then we need to give the value of x. So when x is equal to, we have 5. When x is equal to 5, okay, and run this. So this is returning y is equal to 5. If we have x is equal to 0, then we have y equal to 0. If I have x is equal to minus 5, it is 5. Okay, so how it is working? When we have the value of x is positive, in that case only this statement will work, and as soon as we have the value negative, at this place we are using conditional statement, which is if and. This statement is known as if and statement. So this is only one line program. You can write in the another way also. So here is if, then we have and. Okay. So when we have the y is negative, only then this condition will be applied. So now sometimes we have multiple conditions, then also we can do, and I'm opening all the files so that one by one we can discuss. Okay, this is a script file, no problem. Okay, so I am shifting this one. Yes. Here is also we have a very interesting example here. What we are doing at this place, we want to calculate score. A script file that demonstrate the use of if and statement, and the user is asked to enter 3 grades. Okay, and this program will calculate the average of the grade. If the average is less than 60, a message will appear, the student did not pass the course is printed. Okay, this message will print. If the message will print only if the grade is greater than 60. So how we can do? This is the score assignment. This is the just only assignment, and input function is used at this place. So when this statement, I am commenting all these statements. Yes, you can see there is only one statement, and all the green statements which you can see are not the part of this program. So when you will execute this statement, so this is the input. So what we need, okay, so according to that we will give the values. So when I will execute this statement, you can see here, enter as vector score of 3 tests. Okay, so here we will enter the values as it is asking. So the values will be entered in the vector form, as you can see here. Okay, so these values has been entered. Now I am commenting all these statement. Okay, I am doing uncomment all these statement. Yes. So this is the formula for the average grade, and because there are 3 vectors, 3 values, 3 tests are there. So this is the score 1, then we have score 2, then we have score 3. Okay, sum of these 3, then for the average divide it by 3. Then we are again using here display function. Okay, the use of display function is what we are going to display. See in the command window, CLC. So display, then so whatever I will enter here, hello Mehar Chand. So when I will enter, this value will be print at display, because this is a display function. Okay, also we can use display for the value, like I have x is equal to 3, 4, and I can use also display to print the value. See here, the value of x is 34. Okay, so this is the use of display function, and input function is used to enter the value. What user will give the values or according to their interest when this program will run. According to that, we need to enter the values. Okay, so here then after we have the formula, and display will print the average grade is, and at display the value will be, this statement will print the value. Okay, so if the grade is here, we are applying the condition. This is the condition. Condition is if average is less than 60. Okay, then what do we want to display? What do we need to display? We want to display that the student did not pass the course. Okay, the student do not pass the course or did not pass the course, whatever you want. So here, when I will execute this program, when I will execute this very simple program, see here, I am running this program. Okay, here also you can use CLC and clear. Okay. Yes. So it is asking about enter as vector the score of the 3 tests. So how we can enter these values? We will use this bracket, and values we need in the form of vector. Suppose I have in the first test 78, in the second test I have 89, and in the last test I have 74. So when I will enter, so it is returning the average grade is this one. Okay, so only this part is working. When we enter the value, only these 3 statements are working, because sometimes we need workflow in the program, and according to the conditional statement, we need to execute the program, and if we have several conditions, according to that our program will work. If one condition is justified, then it will return the value. If that is not justified, then it will go to the next statement. So here this condition is justified, and we have the result. Now here is also we have condition. Okay, if the average grade by using this formula is less than 60, then only this part of this program will work. Okay, so here is the condition. Okay, and here is the statement. Statement means what we want to convey. Okay, so here see once again, when I will run this file, and I am taking here 45, then I have 12 and 32. So you can see the average of this number will be less than 60. And when I will enter, okay, see here, the student did not pass the course. Okay, the student did not pass the course. Okay, and average grade you can see here is 29.6667. This is the average grade. Okay, because of this statement we have the output. Okay, the average is here, you can see. Yes, so here average, when we have less than 60, only then this conditional statement will act, and according to that decision will print what we have in the statement. Okay, if you want to assign some more value, then how you can do? If you want to enter here one more statement, we have also we are doing here, yes, copy and paste at its place. Average grade is equal to, we have is average underscore grade plus. So you can see here we have one more statement. Okay, and then we are using this statement, display average grade. See what happened. So here we are entering the values 12, then we have 45, then we have 34. And when I will enter, okay, yes, so here I need to enter one more statement, display the average grade. See once again, then we have 45, then I have 21. When I will enter, yes, so here you can see the results. What is there? So here we are enter one more statement, and according to that statement, what is there? We have the average, which is less than 29.6667. Okay, this average has been calculated, then this was printed at its place, you can see. Then the average is less than 60, so we have this message, as you can see, yes, the student did not pass the course. Okay, then after what you are doing, we assign here some grace. Suppose whatever you need or you can do according to that. Okay, so here what I have done here, average grade is equal to average grade plus 60. Okay, you can enter here 30 or 40, whatever you need, according to your choice you can do. If the student is not being passed, then you can assign grace marks to the student for passing marks. Okay, so according to that we can do many things, and we can insert more statement. So when you add some more marks to his average grade, then this will display the new result also. So this result is displayed here. So this is the actual average, and this average is after adding 60 mark to the original. Okay, so in this way by using only one conditional statement, if and, we can assign here, this is the condition and these are the sequence of statement. So at this place you can have one statement, two statement, three statement, four statement, whatever you have, and according to that you can manipulate. Okay. If you have any question, you can put in the chat box. Jitinder Kumar, good evening, sir. How are you? And I hope you are doing great. Sani Abudkar is also Jyotsna ma'am. Good evening. Okay. Polarin Noy and Karbakam Dangi. Good evening, all of you, all the participants who joined the session. Little bit late. Okay. So now we are discussing here one more interesting function. I often, Salahuddin asking, I often encounter function without either output argument or input argument, only the function name, attribute. What does that implies, Professor? Okay, see here. Yes, you can see this function. So when you are writing any function, okay, I am writing here one more function and this will be very simple. See here. So when you are going to write a function, this is the function name. Okay. Then we have the output value. Output value may be 1 or 2 or more than 2. Then equal to, here we will give the name of the function. You can assign any name. Okay, I am giving the name of function is f1. Okay, and I have this is a single variable function. Then what is y? Y is equal to, I can choose here sine x cube, then plus 2 product x square, 2 product x square. Then I have again plus and 3x. Okay, 3x plus 5. I choose here very simple function in the form of polynomial. Okay, or if you need algebraic type, then you can do, and we can divide this by, I have x plus 1. Okay, I have this very simple function and then end. So you can see I have a very simple function, and while you are writing a function, okay, now you need to save this function, but keep in mind this function will be saved with the name of this one. This is the name of the function. So what I am doing, I want to save this function, Control S. Don't change this name, okay? Otherwise this will not work. Save it. Now we have a script file with the name of this one. You can see here. This is our new function, which is f1. And you can see f1.m means this is the program for this function. We choose here very simple example. Now we can use this function for different type of values. You can pass. Yes. See here, I'm using the same function CLC. I have f1. Okay. And 2. Enter. We have 9. So when we have x is equal to 2, the value will pass through this function, which is cubic equation, algebraic, okay, equation, algebraic function. So when you will also while using this code, we are using here dot sign also. Okay. when we passing multiple values for x in the form of array, in that case we have to use here dot. See, I'm using here x is equal to 0, then colon, 0.2, again colon and 2. I have this array. Okay, 0 to 2, and difference between each point we have 0.2. And y is equal to, I have f1 x. So this argument will pass through this function. Okay, see, we have these corresponding values. Okay, so this x is the argument, this is the name of the function, this is the output. Okay, output may be 1 or 2 or more values. Okay, so in this way you can simply write a function, but in the present session we are discussing here some conditional functions. Okay, see here, this is very interesting example here. You can see we want to compare the values, and according to the comparison of these two values of x and y, we want to print the value. Okay, see here, I have two variables x and y. I am choosing here x equal to 4.5 and y is equal to 3 minus 6. This doesn't matter, we can choose any value. We have z is equal to x minus y. Now we have logical expression. If x is less than y, if we want this statement will work only for when x is greater than y. Okay, but if x is less than y, then what we want? So according to our desired, we can assign here statement. Okay, see, I am using here x is less than y. There are two ways to use this statement. Either you can use parentheses. You can see here I am using parentheses, and you can omit this. If you don't want to use, you can do in this way also. Okay, there is no issue. You can use either way. Either you can use parentheses, or you can direct use the logical expression. Okay, so when we have x is less than y, and this is the difference, we know in that case the result of this statement will be negative. So we want to display here the result is negative. The first statement I want, the result is negative since x is less than. So this statement will also print. Then I want to print the value of x, and this is the display what is the value of x, and at its place the value of x will print. Control, sorry, yes. So while writing the program, always keep in mind if and end. Okay, this end is used for if statement. Okay, and the level of these must be same. You can see exactly at the below it if. Okay, so here you can see we have only, okay, I can omit this statement also. You can see here is only one statement. Okay, and when I will execute, you can see here is some message. Okay, so the problem is that this bracket. Okay, again run this file. Yes, so you can see we have x is equal to 4.5, y is equal to 3.6, and z is equal to, we have this statement. Okay, so you can see x is greater than y. Okay, so we have the returning value. Only this statement work at its place. Okay, sometimes if we are entering here the value which is less than y, the value of x is less than y, so in that case we have to apply condition, and that is if and end. Okay, so when we are using this condition, and here we can insert numerous statement. So see here, I am changing this value of x. Now the value of x is 1.5 and that of y is 3.6. So when this value will pass through this one, and you can see the value of x is less than y. So now this conditional statement will work. See, I am running this file, and you can see here is the message. Here is the message. Also, you can use this one also, and after that you can use here display z. Okay, so here the result is negative since x is less than y, and the negative result is, you can see at this place. Okay, if you would like to display the value of x, okay, the value of x, and you can use here this one sign. Then, sorry, yes. So now again enter display z. See what happened. Now we have three statements at its place. Yes, we have the value of x. Remove this one. Yes, sorry, display x. Here we need to display x value. Yes, now it is okay. So here you can see there are three statements. This will display the result is negative since x is less than, you can see at its place. Then we want to display the value of x. Okay, so by using this statement we have x equal to, and by using this statement this value will print by using this statement. And at the end you can see we have display z. Okay, so this is the value of z, or either you can use this statement in this way, display z. Okay, now you can see, yes, you can see here the value of x is 1.5, value of z is minus 2.10000. Okay, so it is very clear, according to the values and the condition will work when x is less than y only. If we have here is 7. Now you can see the value of x is greater than y. Now this part of the program will not work. You can see we have only the value of z, and which is positive. Okay, so according to the conditional statements, our program will work, and the control statements which we assign for the program, and the condition which will be justified, only that part will return the value. See here, I have some more examples. Yes, this is mathematical program, and I have write a very simple function. Yes, here is the use of if else condition. Okay, we are using here if else. Okay, so we have at this place the function. We have the function. Sometimes we have fx is equal to 2x plus 15 for 0 less than x less than 5. And here is x cube otherwise. Okay, so when we have this type of function and we want to execute, we have to write this function in the MATLAB program. How we can do? You can see see carefully here. Yes. So first we have this condition when x is less than 0. If x is less than 5. Okay, this is the very first condition. If x is less than 5, then y is equal to 2x plus 15. We have y is equal to 2x plus 15. Otherwise, the meaning of else is whatever the value of x. Otherwise, this will work. Okay. And otherwise, we have x cube. Now, you can see here is y is equal to x cube, and this end is used for and the if statement. Okay, so here we are using if else condition. So when we have two conditions are given, okay, then we will use this one. See, yes. So here we are using x is the input. First we need to enter the value of x. Okay, according to that, these statement will work. Now we need to check whether our program is correct or not. Okay, now we need to check our program whether it is correct or not. So we have to run this program. Okay, it is asking about to enter the value of x. Okay, if I have x is equal to 1, then it is equal to 17. So this statement is work at this place when we have x is equal to 1, and the value of x is less than 5. So this statement will work at this place. Again, if I am running this file and I have x is equal to 5, the value of x is 5, and when I will enter, you can see when x is equal to 5, y is equal to 15. It means 5, the value of x is not equal to 5. Here, this condition will not work because this condition will work only for when x is less than 5. But here we have x is equal to 5. So in that case, this part of the program, this statement will work. Okay. So according to our condition, how we want to run our program, how we want to manipulate our program. So according to that, we need to use these conditional statements. So I think the concept is very clear to all of you. Okay, and here we are at the end, we are using here display y and display y. So this will print y and this will display the value of y, which is 125. Okay, so again you can see, and also there is one problem in this program. Okay, what if, because here we are using only x is less than 5, and in our function the value of x lies between 0 and 5. Okay, so what happened if I will enter here 0? So it is also returning the value. Value of y is 15. Okay, is it correct? Because the value of x is greater than 0. We don't have. Okay, again run this file and suppose I have -1. It is also still working. It is also still working. It means the program which we have write at this place is returning the values corresponding to each values of x. Okay, so there are various values which are less than 5, -1, -2, all these values are less than, all the negative values are also less than 5. But here the function is for only 0 to 5. It means there are two conditions. Okay, we have to apply one more condition at its place, and how we can do. So if you are using two conditions, in that case we have to apply one more condition by using AND function. Okay, we are using here AND function, and the other condition is x is greater than 0. X is greater than 0. Okay, now again we want to check whether it is correct or not. Can we enter now 0? Okay, and -1, -1. X is equal to -1, y is equal to -1. Okay. So the program is still incorrect. Okay. So what we have to do? we have to insert here one more statement which will work for all the statements. Okay, so I am removing this part. I have to choose here one more statement. If x is greater than 0, and then end this statement, this will be end at its place. Okay, now when I will select this one, okay, so this if function is end at its place. Again, we want to check whether it is correct or not. If I am choosing here 0, error in line, okay. So here we have to display value is incorrect. Value is incorrect. 0. There is still some error in the program. You have to use this statement at this place. 0. Yes. So you can see the value not returning. Value of x is only 0. Okay. So we need to display the message sorry. We need all the values which are greater than if x is less than 0. If x is less than or equal to if x is less than or equal to 0, the value is incorrect. Okay, but we don't want to display. Copy from this place. Yes. Okay. 0. Yes. Now it is fine. You can see when we have x is equal to value of x is 2. But still there is some error. Display y. Copy and paste at this place. When we have x is 2, if and so it becomes else if. We have to use here else if condition. One end is need to remove. Yes, it is working now. Yes. So now it is working. Okay. So again, I am entering here 0. The value is incorrect. See now. See the complete program. What we have done here, we want to control this statement. Okay. And according to this program, the value of x cannot be 0 or less than 0. We applied here the condition. The value is incorrect, this will print. Okay. And this statement is end at this place. And along with we have another statement. We are using else if. Okay. If x is greater than 0 but less than 5, according to this one, what happen? If x is less than and equal to 0, then this message will print. If x is greater than 0 but less than 5, then this statement will work and this will print the value. Else, otherwise, this one. If the value of x is greater than 5, whatever we have, then this statement will work. Okay. So here you can see now all the conditions for this function are justified, and all these are sequence of control statement. Okay. And this is the workflow. If this condition is satisfied, then this will work. If this is not satisfied, then and this condition is satisfied, then this statement will work. If all these statements are not satisfied, then this will satisfied for all the values of x which are greater than 5, and this statement will work. So this is the complete workflow of this program, and I hope you understand. If you have any question, you can put in the chat box. Beyond getting a direct result, is it possible to get a step-by-step solution of the problem? I don't get your exact question. Step-by-step solution of the problem. Okay, I am presenting here some more example, and I hope in the other examples your question will be covered. And still, if you have the question not cleared, then you can send the problem in my WhatsApp number. Okay, and in the coming session, I will try to justify, because these control statements are not possible to cover in one session. In the coming session also, we will cover some more control statements, and all these 2 sessions are very, very important for all of you. If you want really to write your programs, because all the problems which are associated with the numerical methods, optimization techniques, okay, for machine learning, deep learning, data science, data analytics, scientific computing, okay. So even in mathematics, when we have some type of functions, as I present here example, so these are not possible without using these conditional statement, and we need to examine with the different type of examples, and we need to test whether our program is correct or not. Okay. So I'm trying to present a simple example so that all the concept may be clear to all of you. Okay. So still I am waiting. If you have more questions, I am checking one by one. Okay. So here is one problem. Problem is that I want to print here, if I have if I have the values of x are in the form of vector, okay, if I have the values of x in the form of vector, I have 2, then I have 3, 8, 9. See what happened. I am using these values. I am using these values. Okay. But I have 2 is less than 5. And when we put 2 is equal to 5 at its place, then it will be 25. But here I have only 8. Okay. It means this statement is working at its place. Okay. And if I have incorrect, when we pass the vector through this function. Okay. So for this one, we can use some more statements. This will be covered in the next example. But if you are inserting here individual values, that is justified, that is correct. But when you have the vector, in that case, as you can see, the program is not still correct. See here, for the same, I have a vector. Just 1 minute. I have to check all these things. This function and this one. Okay. So one is this example. Yes. And one is this one. And one is this one. Yes, you can see here. So one thing is sometimes we have I have right here one function, and the name of the function is conditional function. Okay. And then this function is containing some statements. This function is based on the same address place which we discussed in the previous example. Okay. So here the equations are the same as we choose address place for the same function for this one. Okay. What we are doing here, suppose if we have a vector, I have a vector like I have a vector C. I have the values from 0, then 0.2, then I have 5. And when I will enter, okay, we have all the values corresponding to yes. These are the values of x, and x array is of 1 by 26, and y is also we have 1 by 26. And I hope you will ask to enter the value of x, and loop is from I equal to 1 to length of the x. These are the index of the x vector. If xi, okay, here we are using this index by using the for loop. Okay. And this is the if condition. We have the same function. And for the other values which are not less than 5, this is end at its place, and function, this is the functional statement, that is end at its place. Okay, now we can easily pass the values in the vector form. C, CLC. Note this program very carefully. I have opened, complete program is there. Okay, you can take the screenshot. These are the sequence of statements for the same function. Okay. So here you can use x is equal to, we have 0, then colon, 0.2, colon, and 5. So press the statement by using semicolon. Again, sorry, I comment this statement. Okay, I am commenting this statement. Now y is equal to, we have this one, because we have the interval is from 0 to 5, and conditional statements are there. If xi is less than 5, then we have this statement, and else we have this one. So you can, if you want to see the values of y, these are the values of y. These are the values of y corresponding to the values of x. This is our x. Okay. Similarly, we have this function c. In this, we have fx is equal to, the function we have is this one, fx is equal to, then we have x cube for 1 is less than and equal to 3. Then we have e raised to power x, 3 less than and equal to x less than 10. Okay, and 5 otherwise. So we have fx is equal to 2x plus 3, x cube, ex, and 5. Okay, these are several values of fx according to their conditions. And we want to write a program for the same. Okay, so here we are using if else and if else if conditions. See here. So here multiple statements will be used. So the function is saved with the name of function 1. Okay, and then after we want to use this statement to write a program for the workflow. The very first statement is x is equal to input. Okay, so if we have x is less than 5, because this program is work for x is greater than 0, all the values for this function we need the values which are greater than 0. Okay, so here is the statement. If x is less than 0, this is the very first condition, and statement is which we wanted to display or we want to use. The statement is the entry is wrong. Okay, so this message will print in the command window, wrong entry. So entries will be, then after else, we use all the statements for this function. Okay. So when we have x is, yes. So when we have x is less than 5, we have the statement y is equal to, sorry, when x is less than 1, then y is equal to, we have 2x plus 15. But in the second statement, the second condition, when we have x cube, this statement will be used or will act if this condition will be justified. So when we have multiple conditions, then we will use if along with the else if condition. Okay, two conditions we need to apply, and according to that we can write our program. Now, under this condition, if this condition is justified, then this will return the value. If this condition is not justified, then else this condition will work. And under this condition, we have the entire function, you can see. So this is the very first condition. When value of x is greater than 0 but less than 1, then we have this statement. And for this statement, okay, we have else if, and this is the condition. This is the condition. X is greater than and equal to 1. Sorry, we have x cube. For x cube, we have 1 is less than and equal to x less than 3. Sorry for the mistake. For x cube, we have this condition. And this condition as well as right end point both must be justified. Only then this value must be, this function will be act according to this condition. So how we can use this statement? So for the first condition, we are using here x is greater than and equal to 1, and double AND we are using for the AND statement. Okay, and for this one we have x is less than 3. So here we have two statements. One is this one and other is this one, and both the conditions are justified. Then we are using this AND sign. Okay, if again when we have 3 is less than and equal to x less than 5, so here also we have two conditions, and when we have these two conditions, then we have y is equal to a exponential function. Okay, so first we are using else if. You can use for multiple statements, multiple conditions. Okay, so here for this condition also we are using here else if, and this is the condition and this is the statement. Y is equal to exponential x. And for the last one, otherwise, okay, else y is equal to 5. Okay, so here you can see now, scroll down, you can see this is the AND function, and this AND function is used for this if condition. Okay, this AND is used for this one. You can see when you put your cursor, both will be highlighted. Okay, and for sorry. Okay, this is the endpoint. I can show you the complete file. Maximize undock. Yes, you can see here the entire program. Okay, so you can see here clearly the entire program function. Then we have input, if condition, scroll down. These are the conditional statements. Okay, if x is less than 0, then this condition will work, and else if x is greater than 0, when x is equal to 0 or greater than 0, then these statements will work for our function. Okay, then at this place we display the value, and this end is used for this statement. You can see, yes, this end is used for this condition. Okay, so this is the entire if end condition, and this is the another if condition. You can see f is start from this place to this place. Yes, only this one. So this if condition is applied under this else function, else condition. Okay, and this end was used for our function. Now we can use this one. Just 1 minute, I have to see here now. CLC, run this program. Yes, it is asking about enter the value of x. So when I will enter x equal to 0, we have 15. Okay, and again run this file. It is asking about to enter the value of x. Okay, so when I will use here -1, there is a message wrong entry, because our program will not consider the negative value. It will consider only the values which are greater than and equal to 0. Okay, if you want to choose the only positive values, then you have to apply here one more condition, less than and equal to 0. See what happened. Yes, now if I enter here 0, you can see wrong entry. So this function will consider only those values which are greater than 0. Okay, so according to your requirement, how you want to work, you can manipulate these statements. Okay, again you can run this file, and you can see if I enter here the value which is greater than 1, which is greater than 1. Okay, so we have is equal to 8. So when we have x is greater than 1 and I enter here x is equal to 2, the value lies at this place. Okay, so we have the result corresponding to this statement. Again you can check if I enter the value which is equal to 3, so I have this value, and you know the value which is x equal to 3 lies at this place. So this statement will work. Okay, again if I have the value which is greater than 5, if I have 6, and you can see it is 5. So this statement is work for all the positive integers which are greater than 5. So this is the workflow, and you can see in this program there are several statements are there according to our function, and control according to the control statement which will be justify, only that statement will print. I hope this example is very helpful, and if you have question, please you can put in the chat box, or otherwise you can reply me whether it is clear to all of you or not. Yes, please reply me in the chat box. Okay. Now here is also one more interesting example, and we are using here print the division corresponding to the marks entered by the user, printing by the entered by the user. Okay. So if the marks are greater than 60, then division must be first, and when the marks lies between 40 to 60, then it is the second division. And if the marks lies between 30 to 45, this is the third division. And if the marks are less than 30, the user will be fail. Okay. So according to these conditions, we can write our program. Okay. See, marks is equal to input. So according to the entries of mark, we can use it. So it will ask to enter the value. If the entry value is greater than 60, now we are using if else conditions. If marks is greater than 60, then this is the message, this is the sequence of statement, display division, and the division is first. If this condition is not satisfied, marks are lies between 45 to 60 when this condition is satisfied. Okay, marks are less than 60 but greater than and equal to 45. So the division will be second. And for this statement, we can apply the conditional statement else if, because when we have more than one statement or conditions, in that case we have to use if and else if condition. Okay. So this is the second condition we are using here. Marks greater than and equal to 45, and also the other condition, marks less than 60. So here display division, and division will be second. So these two statements will be displayed in our program. Okay, and later on I will execute the program, and we will do several experiments on it. This is the third condition. When the marks are greater than and equal to 30 but less than 45, this is the third condition, and the division is third. Okay, else the user will be fail. Okay, so at the end we will end the program at this place. Now what do we do here? We will run this program. Yes, enter the marks. I enter here 89. So 89 division is first. So in the program you can see this condition is applied at this place. This part of the program is working at this place because the condition is satisfied at this place, and this message is printing here. Again, if I am entering the value, and you can see if I am entering here 59, so you can see the second division. Okay, now this condition is satisfied. So only this these statements are acting. Other statements are not acting because only this at this place these conditions are justified. Okay. Now, if I am entering the, and I hope you can see my desktop. There was some internet issue, and that's why this problem happened. Please let me know if by putting your question, if I am audible. Is it okay? Please let me know in the chat box. Please let me know by putting in the chat box, because there was some network issue from his side, but right now it is okay. If everything is fine, please let me know by putting your reply in the chat box. Okay, I hope you are getting everything. Is it okay? Okay, sorry for the interruption due to the network issue. There was interruption. Okay, so now again we are discussing here. Here is one more example. Okay, so this is the similar example, and I am quitting all this example. Close it, close it, close it. Okay. CLC. Now we have some yes. Here is also some more interesting examples. Okay, and this example is based on the discriminant. If here is if and condition, how we can use, and you can see here is a value of a, value of b, value of c for discriminant. Okay, this is the function discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac, and abc are the values of quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, so we want to find out discriminant, value of discriminant, and how we can use this statement, so that the concept must be very clear to all of you. Yes. Can you please let me know if everything is fine for you? Are you getting my voice? Please reply me in the chat box. Please reply me through the chat box. Okay. So I hope all of you are connected with me. Yes. So here is this is the discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac. If discriminant is less than 0, okay, then this message will appear. Then this message will appear. So here very simple statement is there. If AND condition is there, okay, when we will run this section, yes, so discriminant is negative, roots are imaginary. This message is displayed because discriminant is less than 0 corresponding to these values. Okay, so this condition is applied. If we have discriminant is positive, I am taking here 9. So now run this section. If I have b is equal to 9 and we want to run this section, sorry, so it is not returning any value. B is 9. Okay. Sorry, I have to run this section. Run only section. And if you want to display the value, then you will do this way. Now it is fine. Yes. Discriminant is 65. Okay. See very carefully. These are the values of A, B, C, and discriminant is equal to, this is the statement. If now we are going to apply the condition, if discriminant is less than 0, if this value becomes less than 0 for the values of A, B, C, then we want to use this statement, and this statement is conveying the message, warning, discriminant is negative, roots are imaginary. Okay. So see once again, yes, value is 65. So we have which is greater than 0. And if you are choosing here 1, and again when I will run this session, yes, warning, you can see discriminant is negative, roots are imaginary, and this is the value of a discriminant. Okay. And here is also one more example of if else. Okay. This was the if AND condition. Now we are talking about if else condition. So this is the if else condition. Okay. And here are A is equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 3, whatever the values of A, B, C. Okay. We will check for all the values. So here are 2 conditions. Discriminant may be less than 0, discriminant may be greater than 0. Okay. So when we have this value of this function is less than 0, then we have warning message. This statement will print. If a discriminant is greater than 0, okay, then we have this value. Roots are real but may be equal. Okay, see here. So discriminant is 0 and roots are repeated. I have to run this section. Roots are real but may be equal. This message is printed according to these values. If I choose here, this is 4. The value of C is 4 and value of A is 2. So now you can see there is a warning message. Discriminant is negative. Roots are imaginary. This message is printed. This statement is printed. So this is the function, and we are applying here two conditions. Either discriminant will be less than 0 or it will be greater than 0. So when discriminant is less than 0, then only this statement must be printed. And when discriminant is greater than 0, then this message must be return the value. Okay. So in this way we can use if and else. And again, you can check. Sorry, we need to run the shell only. And if you are choosing here B is 9, and then discriminant is 0, sorry, we need to run the shell. Roots are real but may be equal. Now the discriminant is greater than 0. Okay, so this condition is satisfied. Now in the third cell we are using here if, else if and else. Okay, how? So the discriminant may be less than 0, discriminant may be equal to 0, and discriminant may be greater than 0. We have three conditions. Okay, so we have the values of A, B, C at its place, and this is the function. Now we have the corresponding conditions. So if a discriminant is less than 0, then we have the warning message. You can see discriminant is negative, roots are imaginary. As if discriminant is equal to 0, here condition we have is equal to 0 when discriminant becomes 0. Okay, then discriminant is 0 and roots are repeated or roots are equal. We know when the discriminant of the quadratic equation is 0, in that case roots are equal. And if this condition is satisfied, means if discriminant is greater than 0, then roots are real. Okay, so now we are testing. We want to run this section. Yes, discriminant is 0, roots are repeated. This condition is satisfied. Which one? This one. Okay, and if we have here is 1. Okay, if we change the value of C, then roots are real. Roots are real. Now discriminant is greater than 0. If we have the value of B is 1, now discriminant becomes less than 0. So this value is printing at its place. Okay. So in this way we can use these conditions . So dear participant, as you see that we discuss many examples here. Okay, and there was internet issue during the lecture, but later on it was sorted out. During this lecture, we present here how we can use control statements for different problems, as you can see. But still, there are some more control statements which we must be familiar with all these. I tried to present various examples so that once you are able to understand how these control statements are working for different type of functions. In the next session also will be based on some more control statements, and when you will cover all the content of these two sessions, all these will be very helpful for the other coming sessions, because we are covering various type of topics. As you know, we will cover here numerical methods, optimization techniques, some machine learning, data analytic, and many more. Okay, scientific computing also. So all these are based on these control statements. So I hope the content which I present here are really very supportive for all of you. You must give the comment in the chat box so that I can got it. So thank you very much for being the part of this live session.